What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 22, this time of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I don't know if there's much of a difference, if any, hopefully not, but I am currently on last gen as I have used up all my hours on next gen for my main account and this second account on that name, Romantic Gaming. Yep, I'm totally proud of that one all time. But what I will say, the main thing I will say about this is I'm actually kind of mad because I was under the impression that the Steelers were actually a very, very solid Madden 22 team. And I'm not saying that they aren't decent, but they're much worse off than I thought. Because I thought, for one, Pat here was going to be very good. And I will be honest with you, he is easily the most disappointing rookie that I have seen. Not that I'm saying it's like the furthest thing off the truth, but he just really is not usable. 56 deep route, that's awful. 80 speed, that's awful. You can't really use him. A tight end is a thing we need. Pat is just a waste of a pick, basically. Big Ben, you need to replace. I believe they actually restructured him to basically say, take all of our damn money. We don't want to deal with you down the line. If you play God tier, maybe you get re-signed. I don't know. But we want to get rid of you as soon as possible, and that's what they're going to do. I will say the receivers are pretty decent, but you can make the argument to move Chase Claypool at tight end, or to tight end, because he is a very big fella with obvious speedly... I don't want to say implications. Kind of weird to say. O-line's obviously an issue. Trey Turner, very solid player for Madden franchise at least. Kevin Dotson, he's okay. And then Mr. Kendrick Green. I know he's only normal, but he is a very good player in the game out the gate. Obviously, he'll be our starter. Maybe he'll be a long-term starter. Tackle's a huge issue. Let's take a look at the defense. It's kind of hard to tell between our actual franchise team, the Raiders, and this one, which one's better. Maybe I jumped to conclusions a little bit. This team actually isn't half bad. They're missing some things. Longevity may be an issue with guys like Tyson Alulu. Of course, Cameron Hayward's not getting any younger. I actually thought he was going to be gone after this season in real life. He may be. Melvin Ingram will be gone. Maybe even too high of a rating here for him. Corners need a replacement. So realistically, if this Steelers team doesn't win the Super Bowl year one, which in a way, since we want this to be a rebuild, if they don't win it year one, which they unlikely will, they're going to be in a spot. You need a new quarterback. You once again argue tight end. You probably need a new right end. You definitely need a new DT. You can make an argument to replace every corner. You need a middle linebacker. You need an outside linebacker. You need some things. That's all I can. You need some things. So we didn't really change up too much. There may be someone to trade for on the trade block, but I mean, I'm actually okay with the starting roster here for these Steelers. Didn't really change much at all. Like I said, changed up some of the subs a little bit, but realistically, nothing much. Najee Harris, of course, 23 years old. I actually had to check that. A little surprised to see Najee Harris. I know, right? Like, its age isn't the biggest thing in the world, but a little surprised to see him get taken where he was, considering he did run the ball a decent bit in college, but more importantly, he is 23 on top of it. So, obviously pretty damn solid numbers and a very beastly running back, but a little debatable for the Steelers, who needed O-line a little bit more than that to make that play. Maybe they just didn't like the linemen that were there. If maybe, Darisaw slipped even further or something, who knows. But Najee Harris, obviously superstar as far as Madden goes, should be an absolute beast. Really good trucking, really good stiff arms, solid juke move and all that. And like I said, superstar development trait, which is obviously really nice to see. But, probably would have rather seen the tackle, especially in Madden with the hidden. So many good running backs all the time. I don't know. I mean, as a Packers fan, I know I always interjected the Packers and everything, but I thought, a guy like Dylan is maybe too high. But, I don't know, dude. I just think you can get running back anytime, anywhere. Why? Why? Especially when you're, if you're a team like the Chiefs, when they took Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they were kind of that team where they did have some needs, but they were looking godly. A guy like him, if he's really good, push him over the edge. The Steelers, I don't see a guy like Najee being like, oh, well, now they can win the Super Bowl, They started off all right, but I feel like they finished the way they probably should have started. The true team came out a little bit. They've got a really good defense, but there's just so many questions on offense, specifically the O-line. I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember who the hell the breakout was for. We failed one earlier, and Chase Claypool, we do unfortunately know that wide receiver is a position that tends to glitch out now in Madden 22, so please, Chase, don't let me down, baby. As we go on. Yep, he started. Damn it. Because I'm sad and I'm at a loss, maybe you can make me feel better by leaving a like and maybe subscribing if you're new. It's not going to help at all. It's the YouTube thing. You have to do it, right? You have to make some weird thing to give them a reason, give you guys a reason to freaking, subscribe or whatever. I don't know, dude. Let your content speak for itself. Nah, dude, I don't want to do that because then I won't get any. Oh, man. So if he started the season, kind of reeling it back a little bit, looking good. Do they actually have to pay TJ Watt this season in real life? Juju Smith-Schuster, man, oh man, these are some contracts for some players that are not like surefire future starters, right? I mean, there's a lot of people here that you can argue aren't guarantees. So Juju Smith-Schuster asking for that kind of money may get it. How is he playing? He is playing pretty well. I really don't want to give him a 4 year. That's a lot of money, though. Considering what he's actually playing for with Pittsburgh, a 3 or 41, I'll take it. TJ Watt, I mean, he deserves every penny, right? So let's just make it a clean 160. I wish it was a 5 year, but you know what? I'm going to make him feel better. Longer term, it is what it is. Melvin Ingram, if he goes up and he's 32, there's no chance, right? He looks really good here as an 87 overall. What's his rating? He's probably really solid. 92 finesse, really good player, but he's really just a 1 year player, at least in Madden. In real life, maybe, but in Madden, he's a 1 year. And, I haven't really tested lesser years more often. I'm happy with the salary, but I was hoping for a better bonus and duration. See, here's the thing, Ebron. I wasn't hoping for those things, so, just take the deal and just stop. Now we have Mr. Trey Turner, as I would assume his name is. We give him a 3 year deal, I believe, worth something near 20. In real life, who knows? But in Madden, definitely worth it because O-line is tough to get. Terrell Edmonds, a guy I love in Madden. I got to give it to him, in that way and in the Madden franchise re-signing way. Ben Roethlisberger, I mean, I don't know how he's playing, but I'm going to be honest, he's gone no matter what. Literally, whether I want him to be or not really that good of a start. He's going to retire, without a doubt. I mean, even if he was superstar, maybe even X Factor at that overall, he may retire. Dwayne Haskins, Week 16, we may have to re-sign him just to have some quarterback on the roster. We'll see. Maybe find someone in free agency. But overall, I mean, I feel like we got the re-signings we needed to get done. And yeah, I mean, we are seeing that we do have a lot of those positions to replace, like we said when we were kind of going over the team. And we get a tandem breakout. Man, Juju Smith-Schuster took our last game over and couldn't be stopped. You ready to see me go off like that today? Challenge Claypool. I'm going to praise him this time. You have potential talent, take over the game just like that. It's a matter of being on top of your game for all 4 quarters. I guess it's time to put on a show then. You call my number and won't regret it. I'm happy to have a huge day. So is that Chase Claypool's second opportunity at a breakout? That's something. I also thought there was no cutscenes on last gen, but I guess, Juju Smith-Schuster has earned 2,500 XP for inspiring a teammate, and then Claypool gets a dev up chance, which he will not succeed. We did lose. The chances of him completing this are super low. I was ready to go into the week. Need better than that. Okay, so he at least didn't cheat this time. And I also don't feel like Mike Tomlin is as tall as 6'4" Chase Claypool, right? I'd imagine, right? So we now have our kind of last chance to get Eric Ebron. I don't really want to put much more than a 2 year 16.2. And surprisingly enough, he says no. We could maybe tag him, but I imagine that's going to be around 12 to 14. And I probably would rather save it for Melvin in case there's a chance to grab him. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we may be looking for a new tight end on top of it. But like I said, we kind of wrangled it in, but I will say we went on a massive losing streak, which I do obviously not mind considering, one, I want to prove that this is technically a rebuild team, which it's, kind of, can you really tell? Are the Steelers a guaranteed rebuild team in real life? I don't know. I can't really tell. I don't think so. it kind of comes down to what they can do at quarterback, because Big Ben probably isn't the answer going down the line in the future. I think they also agree with that restructure. But looking at the games, I mean, we could have even lost even more games here. Not an easy division, obviously, not an easy schedule. Overall, 6-11 definitely helps our case for a quarterback, assuming we have our draft pick, which I can't think of any trades or anything like that would have caused them to lose, their pick. Big Ben, that is just awful. Absolutely awful. Najee Harris wasn't even that good. I thought, with that season from Big Ben, then Najee Harris would have went off, and he just did not. Receiving was okay. I mean, 1,400 yards at best, 12 touchdowns. Juju Smith-Schuster, though, did play up to that contract, thankfully. A 3-year, 44, I think it was, something like that. Chase Claypool, not bad. Ebron, kind of meh. And then Deontay Johnson, really rough. As far as O-line goes, the tackles, as expected, were absolute garbage. Terrell Edmonds could go to star, which would be nice. We did re-sign him to a 4-year deal, I believe. Ingram and Watt, though. 15.5, 30.5 sacks between them. This team went off in the pass rush department. Unfortunately, though, the Steelers' offense absolutely let them down. We also did get rid of Jordan Berry because Presley Harvin, he's the people's champ. He's the people's champ. Mahomes wins MVP. Kamara, number 2. Colin Kaepernick, of course, as we all expect, going to be in the NFL again very soon. Clearly, as a starter, without a doubt. Where was Najee? Was he even anywhere near Offensive Rookie of the Year? Number 3, considering the quarterbacks drafted. Not bad, I guess. As far as best running back, not even close. But then again, you get a guy like Derrick Henry at number 10. What chance does Najee Harris have? I will be firing, if I have the chance, most likely the offensive coordinator. Who do we have? Victor Price. I don't know who that is. See you later. Trash. We're going to hire Eric Aguilar as our offensive coordinator. Not a super big fan that he was for the Lions, it appears, and that he is kind of built more for a run scheme, but more of like a finesse type run scheme. I think it can still work out, though. I cannot deal with that coordinator. That offensive coordinator was awful. We probably put up one of the worst statistical offensive seasons in the last, 20 years in the NFL. Wouldn't even surprise me. 30th in offensive pass, was it pass points per, points per game? I don't even know. 27th in yards, 30th in rush yards. That's awful. I mean, that's absolutely awful. It's probably very obvious what that is. It's just points per game. I don't know why I think pass points, but okay. Yeah, my brain hurts. Let's go to the Super Bowl, see who's in it. Pass points per game, yeah. That's a few P's in there, isn't it? The Ravens, our division rival, and they do lose. Everyone in Pittsburgh is like, woo! Wow, look at that division, by the way. 12-5, 12-5. Even the Bengals finish higher than us, which is something I'm not proud to say, but I suppose in our pursuit of a quarterback, it's not the worst thing that could happen. You guys seen I didn't force any losses or anything like that. We just didn't really play that well. Negotiations. Melvin doesn't go to superstar. Here's the thing. I won't be re-signing him, even though he has played really well, but I will be forcing his dev to superstar just for, whoever he wants to join. That's ridiculous. 15 sacks. I know they don't want old guys with higher dev, but he deserves it, obviously. Eric Ebron, negotiate last chance. I'm actually going to turn this into a 1-year 9 if he wants. And I thought that was a really fair deal considering how he played. 11.1. Honestly, when I gave him that 1-year 9, I was actually kind of like, uh-oh, I don't even want that. And thankfully he didn't accept it because we could do better. I mean, I know the coordinator change is going to help in general, but overall, he did not play well. He just didn't. Now, the unfortunate thing is in real life, the Steelers are definitely like, oh yeah, Pat's our new tight end, for sure. That's our guy. We're going to let Ebron go, most likely. But for us, we know the facts. Unfortunately, it's not all about just pure realism. The Steelers would obviously be looking for Pat to be their number 1 unless he's just dog crap awful. But for us here, there's just no argument about it. We can't start him. We just, if we have to, we will. But he's not the future. He's just awful in this game. I mean, you can't use that. That's literally Jason Witten speed with Evan Ingram catching. How are you a tight end? Like, was his blocking stats great? I don't think they were. I don't even know, dude. But one thing I do know, if we're going for a tight end, we can't draft one because that would just be really dumb to draft another high tight end. Hear that, Green Bay? Wide receiver, not the perfect position around here, but definitely not that big of a need. Unfortunately, we are seeing that there is a huge lack of talent. However, as we may see in real life, J.C. Jackson is a free agent, and by far, probably the biggest need on this team right now, has been a big need for Pittsburgh for a while now, the cornerback position, and I'm willing to pay some big bucks for him. I want to guarantee him, and surprisingly enough, it's not actually bumping his interest that much, even though we're like kind of guaranteeing him cash money. I'm willing to pay that 86 overall, ball hawk type of player. Solid player, but how much of that is due to the defensive scheme and just the help from Gilmore? Who knows? Hopefully we'll know, and hopefully the correct answer is not a lot, because obviously we're willing to pay him here. Melvin Ingram getting an offer. Probably wouldn't have if we didn't force his dev, so I'm glad we did. Cortland Sutton. Casey Hayward wouldn't be a bad number 2 for us for a year, but I don't think that's big of a need. Eric Ebron not getting an offer. We could go for him again if we really wanted to. Sorry for the clicking my analog stick. This is a new analog stick, or new controller, I should say. And it's a bit loud, so I'm going to try to use the analog stick for this. Or the D-pad was loud. David Njoku didn't really get much of a chance with... he got a chance at Cleveland, a little injury-prone in Cleveland. He's really not much better than Pat. He's just faster. Can we make like a 2-year deal offer? I'd prefer to like have a decent tight end to start, but he's not going to accept that. Can we offer like a 1-year deal for Ingram? He'll realize how tough the market is. A guy like Gronk actually kind of fits the Steelers a bit. But I also don't know if I see him leaving Tom Brady. I'd feel like he would just retire at that point, right? A 1-year 5.4? I'm willing to let Gronk join the team. I feel like it's not a bad fit. DT is gone. That's Tyson Alulu. Did we actually lose our boy Cameron Hayward as well? That'd be kind of unfortunate timing. And we did not. He dropped a little bit, but overall still fine. Highsmith's someone to look at. In real life, he has potential. Here, though, 25. I don't know if there's really much we can do with him. We'll see. Terrell Edmonds went up to star. I like it. I like it a lot. Terrell Edmonds got the 4-year deal. Goes to star. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Could go to linebacker if we see a safety, or stays there and we actually get a linebacker. I don't know. Now, one of the things you're probably thinking is, Mitchell Schwartz is there. Grab him. Well, I'm going to go the realism route and say that he's probably, if he does play another snap in the NFL, I don't know if he'll ever play 2 seasons. So, could retire. I don't know. But Morgan Moses is probably the more realistic choice. Not a bad choice either, so that's who we're going to offer. We did get Gronkowski on a 1-year, was it $6 million or something like that? And we got J.C. Jackson on, let's not talk about it. It's quite expensive. Was it like a 4-year 60 or something like that? Worth the money, though. Good corners are not going to hit the free agent market often. So, I think it's worth it. Maybe even a little underpaid, honestly, considering their lacking of talent there, especially young talent. I also signed Trey Flowers to a 1-year 3. And unfortunately, I didn't follow through. And Morgan Moses kind of declined. Richie Incognito's still there, but let's be honest, he wouldn't be in real life. Okung has been a very solid starter for many teams throughout his years, and we're desperate. I don't want to come out of this with no tackles after the way we just played. I'm going to offer him a 1-year 5. So we traded pick 6 and Benny Snell, but technically it's just pick 6 for 17, 47, and 33. This will be the selection of the quarterback of the second round. There was a couple of other quarterbacks, but none of them were actually as good potential as the guy that we have. As you could see, well, actually, a lot of them did go. I don't know if they're actually good or not, but there was 2 guys that were above this guy, I believe. But of course, this guy is by far the best available. Looks decent. If I can use my other rebuild knowledge on this one, I'm going to guess he's going to be a decent overall, but normal. But at the end of the day, we literally have a 64 overall, 27-year-old quarterback. So whatever it is, we'll take. And, Now, we were obviously correct about the normal thing, but I thought he was going to be like 76 overall or something like that. So, yes, not necessarily bad. You know, it's a win. But at the same time, I mean, there's some lacking ratings there. He may, you know, he could potentially not be the guy. So we trade 38 this year, 102 this year, and an pick 89 next year for the Cowboys pick 25. Now with this pick, we will most likely be taking the defensive tackle. I don't remember if we have multiple who's this guy? Leonard Conley. He does look pretty good, but I'll let him pass. We do also have this corner too. Of course we do. Do we have any other DTs later? There's a couple of bigger guys, but none of them really fit. We got to take him. Jaleel Prince, early second. Really good block shed. Really good power move. Decent speed. You know, good enough, obviously. Really good block shed or bench press. Early first talent grade. This guy looks like a home run hit, and we will see about it. And okay, I mean, it's kind of ironic. Assuming the Giants rebuild I did came up before this, I do actually kind of mention how easy it is to land high overall hidden devs. And ironically enough, we've landed two guys at normal that I definitely thought were going to be hidden. So that's a bit awkward. Maybe I need to upload this one first. I don't know. It still wouldn't matter. It's still going to be an expose type video. This corner looks pretty good still. Greg Simple. Let's go to like pick 7, see if we can trade up again. Like, we made a good play to trade down from 17, or from 6 to 17, but we're not really, you know, letting that be. Of course they would get that Leonard guy. What a steal. It's not really like lasting as long as I thought. You know, we're trading off pretty much all of the value that we gained already. And of course the Lions get a wide receiver. There's some really good players here. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to actually, because we got J.C. Jackson, even though this corner looks good, I think I might pass on him. We have 15. We have a couple of good picks here that we could maybe use to extend the class. This guy looks okay. I don't know if he's worth taking. Andy Turner. I mean, you can't take an early third, late second tight end after taking a mid to late second tight end just recently. So we might have to pass there. O-line, these guys are all hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? I don't know, dude. Even though Highsmith has potential, I would prefer to draft someone. This guy is going to move all the way up on the list for me. This is a guy that I might actually be willing to take 15. I think we're going to let the corner go. I think we have to. I'm curious to see how good he is, but I think we're going to take the that edge rusher. Jermaine Lindley looks like a can't miss. Let's see what we land. And another normal. I kid you not. Like, once again, I don't know if the Giants rebuild came up before this or not, but this is, like, you just can't script this. Like, you just can't script this kind of, like, karma. I don't even know if I would call it karma. Yeah, I kind of would call it karma. Oh, for a second I thought that was the guy, and I messed up. This guy's pretty good. That guy was normal, so realistically, and I'm just saying, maybe that guy we also go for. I don't know. We should have taken the corner. That's all I can really say. Damn, dude. Damn, 3 normals. Okay, maybe I just got lucky in the Jets and the Giants rebuilds. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm getting unlucky here, I guess. That's also a possibility. Maybe I can take the tight end after all. I don't know. And this Patrick Turner guy looks like an absolute steal. Super fast. We're going to take him. Patrick Turner, another normal development trait player, but, I mean, what can you really ask for? A 4.41 only gets you 91 speed, 90 excel. A little surprised by that. He's looking like not athletic as he probably should be, to be honest. And our next pick is a 6th rounder. I mean, we still made really good decisions, but, man, did we also leave some talent on the board, I must say. As far as what I want, I really want Coolidge, mid-5th. I mean, can we turn this into, like, 2 early 4ths? That would be kind of sick. The Seahawks are giving me way more value than I could have ever expected. This is literally what we wanted, but then some. The Seahawks really must have wanted that pick, and, I mean, you can't really deny that it wasn't fair, right? You know, it's just like real life with the Giants and the Bears. We all knew that the Bears were moving up for the quarterback. The Giants knew that as well. The Giants had the key. Hey, do I want to give you the pick? Or maybe someone else wants to move up for that quarterback. I'm just saying, you know, maybe you give us a little bit more. As far as Deontay Johnson goes, if he needs a contract, I might actually take that wide receiver, which of course will be normal because that's just the way it is today. Of course, Deontay Johnson needs a contract, so a third-round wide receiver of that guy's talent. The mid-second doesn't really look too good. To be fair, this is a last-gen rebuild. I don't know if anyone else has been doing last-gen, so maybe that's why I'm not getting as many hit-ins. That would make sense. I do not know if that's factual or not, though. Tony Verndon. It would make sense, right? I don't know. I didn't actually think about that. That actually is probably the reason. Yeah, Tony Verndon's worth it. 23, but fast, we'll take him. Normal development trade, 72 overall. The new number 3, we could probably trade Deontay for like a mid to late third, ironically enough. Philly. Is Philly willing to make a trade here? You want Deontay Johnson? He's yours. That's got to be it, and it would not surprise me if that's the reason why others maybe are not getting devs either, is that it is based on last gen, because we were hitting so many hit-ins on next gen, it's ridiculous. And I only remembered that is because it's, the white screen's not all over the place, so there's that. James Painter, 21, early 4th. The thing is, we've been making some of these trades, and I just do not want to have another trade where it's just a wasted pick. James Painter, I mean, I don't want to waste the pick, though, you know what I mean? Like, we've been wasting picks left and right. Now, what I will say is because this kind of does seem like that's the reason why we're not getting hit-ins, I hesitate a little bit on taking tackles, so screw it, James Painter, please be good. And he is hidden. That's a win. 68 overall, decently fast. This is kind of what I thought maybe Pat would have been out the gate, which would have been usable. That's not bad. That's not bad. Of course, Gronk will still start, but that guy will be primed to potentially start next season. Thankfully, we landed a hidden. And now, even though this is last gen, and that's probably the reason why we're not getting hidden, I'm still going to take Coolidge because he looks decent. And he is 70 overall hidden. Things are changing a little bit here. I mean, I would not have expected to see a hidden line. I honestly think they're the exact same classes, and I just got unlucky. I'm going to be honest. I think that's what it is, because we would not have seen a hidden dev lineman unless he was on a news story, which I haven't checked a single time in all 3 of my rebuilds yet. But, yeah, that's good. We finally got one. This is probably a little dumb to just go to the 6th-round pick, but honestly, we've just traded up so much. We can't give up any more capital. We've got to just take what we can get or trade down at this rate. No more moving up. And unfortunately, with that, you would expect what happened, and what happened is this. Fullback undrafted. That's a little high. I'd rather get that 7th-rounder if he's there. If he's not, he's not. We're going to take a next year 5th round from Minnesota. It's, I suppose, worth it. Moving for next year, and probably like a mid-5th round pick. We have 2 7th-rounders. Hopefully the fullback's there. I mean, I suppose I'll take him. Cliff Lloyd, 68 overall, normal, nothing special. And then I suppose we do actually need a kicker. That's actually kind of one of our needs. We'll be taking the kicker if he's still there as well. These clicks, man. Philip Katz have not landed a single hit in kicker or punter, and that will continue. So, of course, the players that we got hidden, it doesn't matter if we look because the tight end automatically will be the number 2. We paid Gronk. He's the highest overall. Unless guy's a superstar or X Factor, there's really no reason to start him anyways. Star dev. Good player, though. Could and probably should be the starter coming up. Going to make him number 80. That's an okay number. And then the offensive lineman who obviously starts because we are literally just lacking lineman talent that much, specifically at the tackle spot. Let's see what dev we got. Unlikely anything higher than star. I'd be shocked, and of course he is not higher. The question is, did we miss anyone? So this quarterback went number 2 overall. He was a red interest bar, so 1, I definitely would not have traded up for him. And 2, I mean, he's red. I just can't, I can't trust the red. And he was superstar, so okay, fair enough. Here was another quarterback, also red, and also hidden development trait. Sweet news. I love it. Let's take a look at what his dev is. Probably also superstar. Only star, but still. I mean, it's better than normal, obviously. We did make a trade down, which did add some talent to our team. Pick 17. So what are some of the other players we missed? So Babber was a guy that I had on my list. Also normal. Okay, fair enough. I will say another normal, hidden, normal. I mean, this is a lot more normals than I have seen personally. Henley normal. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that maybe last gen is less devs than hidden. I don't know if that's actually true, but I will say this is a lot less hiddens than I have seen personally in next gen. So I don't know. Maybe I actually got really lucky on next gen. It's the opposite way around. I don't know. Greg Simpson, was this the guy we wanted? I think it may have been. Not bad, but definitely not worth the pick. Was it Bryce Harper? I don't think it was. Very similar to Harper, but not. And there may have been some other players. I absolutely apologize if I missed them. But I honestly, right now, cannot think of a single player. That wasn't the tight end. It was a better tight end than that. Was it Andy Turner? It might have been Andy Turner, which it was. I'm glad I skipped out on him. But yeah, not the best for devs at all. We once again did land a quarterback. Decently fast. Probably still the best quarterback out of the three that we've seen. Just because he's fast. You can't teach speed in Madden, unfortunately. But also, thankfully, for realism's sake. All right, year 2, I'm going to be honest, I was hoping to see a hidden development quarterback here, but that's not the case. We do have a hidden development right tackle, I suppose. Receivers are not technically as good, but I suppose Vernon, he's very fast, so something that this team's kind of been missing since, I don't even know, Santonio Holmes, maybe some other players I'm thinking. Obviously, not the level of him, but I can't really think of the last time they had a super speedy wide receiver. They kind of go for those, Devontae Adam type guys. But overall, offense could be worse. Really comes down to how Croft can play. If he, has a Rookie of the Year type season, the sky's the limit. But if he doesn't, we could be looking for quarterback again, for all you know. As far as defensively goes, Lindley will start. He literally is 1-to-1 with Highsmith, but 3 years younger and doesn't need a contract. Turner, obviously, number 2. Prince, obviously, plug-and-play number 1 at DT. He's 77 overall, but apparently some morale boosts already. Corners are lacking. We probably should have drafted one, but realistically, I think all the guys were normal. So, at the end of the day, I think we did an all right job drafting. I just think we got unlucky with the devs. It didn't seem like we blatantly missed anyone other than those quarterbacks that were hidden. But once again, they were red on the talent grade. So I actually may have gotten lied to this time for once. Jalil Prince, roll out the red carpet, baby, because I have arrived. Did you see me out there, coach? I have an anchor. I am an anchor on this defense, man. We get a star dev up. 20k XP. Hey, you know what? If you want that to happen, if that happens a lot, you can start at normal anytime you want, baby. Because that's massive. All right, so I left the re-signings a little long. Minkah Fitzpatrick. Holy crap, holy. Could play corner again. He doesn't like corner, but I like to have corners. So, I'm just saying. 2-year deal worth about 30 for Stephon Tuitt. Devin Bush, interesting character on Twitter. We'll re-sign him just because he fits for Madden, but as far as real life goes, I'm just saying, I don't really give a damn, to be honest. I don't give a damn. Chris Boswell, if he's all right, I'll re-sign him. Rob Gronk will probably retire. Trey Flowers, we'll see. There's a couple of names here, Sutton and Trey. What are you going to do, let both of them go? Maybe, honestly. We need corner. We need a tackle. Everyone else, we may have the right pieces in place, but we have to see if we get any dev-ups, how the regression looks, any upgrades. We'll have to see. We're okay, but, there's still a lot of questions. And when I say a lot of questions, it's because we're playing like trash. We finished the season at 7-10. Not going to lie, it was a little bit better than I thought. I thought we were actually going to finish 6-11 again. But we win one extra game. Some of these scores looking really rough for us. I just don't see how you can beat a team like the Bills by, not by a lot, but we put up a lot of points on them. A good defense, but then suck against everyone else. Matt Croft was a lot better than Big Ben, but he still threw a lot of picks. Touchdowns weren't great. Najee Harris did have a better season as well. Juju Smith-Schuster, that should be superstar dev without a doubt. Chase Claypool, kind of a meh. Gronk, not actually bad. Vernon, not bad either. O-line, right tackle was really good, considering our previous right tackle gave up 20 sacks. Okung, really not much better, to be honest. As far as tackles go, Patrick Turner was decent. Devin Bush was decent. Sack totals, the DT Prince with 10. 12.5 for Watts, so slightly worse, but of course Lindley much worse than Melvin. A whole what, 9.5 worse? Really bad, actually. But he's a youngster. I'm not going to blame him. Trey Flowers was actually pretty decent. Might actually have to give him the contract. And Boswell, once again, if he doesn't retire or doesn't regress super, super hard, we got to keep him, right? Saquon Barkley with the Giants, 11-6. Not bad at all. Looking at the other awards, did we win anything? Deacon Andrews. Where the hell? Oh, we're on the AFC. Okay. Let's forget about anything I said. I was thinking about the Giants after that, and I was like, oh, and there we go. We won Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. If our quarterback can go to star, I will say it makes it for an interesting draft because obviously if he goes to star, realistically and just, common sense wise, it probably doesn't make sense to go for a quarterback. So it would allow us to have a pretty damn high pick to use on really anything we wanted. And we can see here that the Bengals actually kind of swap with the Ravens. The Ravens were really good, 12-5, and they go 7-10. It kind of seems like Sim is just all over the place this year, and I really cannot get like a grasp on, who's the best, what schemes are the best, and all that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep rolling with the punches, kind of randomizing it. We don't really look at the Pro Bowl roster much. Let's see if we made anything happen. No for the quarterback, unfortunately. No for the running back. And I'm already depressed. I don't want to look at it. Juju Smith-Schuster makes a list. Should be superstar as well. Let me tell you. Should be superstar. And the Patriots and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Okay. As the winner of this one is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, fair enough. Suppose before we go to re-signing, let's take a look at the team, see if we got any dev-ups. And thankfully, the quarterback did go up in dev. Ooh, geez, I had a little bit of a hiccup weirdness. Let's go with strong arm, see if we can get his throw power up, which we did not. Did it go up at all? It did not. Okay, fair enough. Juju Smith-Schuster, a very big dev up because we did give him a 3-year or a 4-year deal? Superstar dev. Kind of regretting we just didn't give him the whole deal at the time we did. It is what it is. Defensively now, Prince goes from normal to superstar in one season, which is obviously really, really nice. And as far as everyone else goes, not a single dev up elsewhere. Unfortunately, not even Turner, the Defensive Rookie of the Year, who, let me know what you guys think. I don't know if we should keep forcing these devs for Rookie of the Year and all that, but let me know if there should be like a certain threshold or what's the story. Because, I don't know. It's kind of guaranteed for Defensive Player or Defensive Rookie of the Year if you're the user, it seems. So I'll go off of what you guys think, but I suppose linebacker, especially in Madden, will win it a lot, so I don't know. I'm just not even going to talk about it. Let's go to the re-signings and probably re-sign Trey Flowers if we can. If it's a 2-year, though, I don't know. 1 year 5, which, of course, is a little bit more than he was wanting when we signed him in the first place in free agency. Boswell was pretty good. This is kind of a lot of money, so I'm glad he stayed, but I'm not glad because of the money, obviously. 79 overall. I don't want to pay too much more. One for 4, Sucks to lose him. We're going to have some lackings, but we do have some money. Could maybe make another big splash at that position. And, pretty much everyone else can go. Damn, Stephon Tuitt actually dropped quite a bit. Of course, still very, very usable, but sheesh, that's a bit of a drop. Not going to lie. But yeah, our contract situation's pretty damn clean, so I'm not even going to be mad about it. Let's see if we can find a corner. That's really the biggest need, right? Let's take one last glance. So left tackle, guard/center. So left tackle and interior, maybe draft whatever we don't get of that. And then defensively would easily be cornerback, obviously, and then potentially outside linebacker, but we'll see. I think we can give another year to Lindley. Really just best available again, and once again, we should have a pretty decent draft pick. Obviously, we were 7-10, not super great. Cornerbacks, what do we got? Anyone, please. Derwin James, safety. Maybe move Terrell, the linebacker, but that's really just not a need for us. Tyreek Hill would be nice, but I just don't see how the Chiefs would ever let him go. Bryce Callahan, superstar dev, but that's really not going to do much for me. All the money in the world and nothing to spend it on. Jamel Dean, he's got it. We got to do it. I don't want to pay him this much, but we kind of have to. Corner is a huge need. We have a lot of money to spare. We kind of have to put the money where the mouth is. I don't know if that's even what I would say, but Jack Conklin, offensive lineman, pay him a little over $10 million per year. Yeah, I mean, it's a close call with the Bills, but, I mean, it's bigger than just, going for what we need. It's also potentially taking from the Bills, so very, very big opportunity here. May even bump the offer a little bit before we're done. But realistically, it looks like we're going to be sitting on quite a bit of money here, unfortunately. Ooh, Greedy Williams, though. I will say he's 25. I didn't expect him to be that old, technically, but I mean, a 2-year 9, I'm willing to do it, I think. I mean, we need corner. I'm willing to give him a 2-year 9. With the Chiefs kind of also wanted him. All right, kind of a big moment here. Who do we get? Oh, look at the names. They're flying. We get Jamel Dean, a backup who actually is star. Probably not going to turn into anything. This guy was normal. Conklin. We get a center who is just another backup. And Greedy Williams. So, I don't know if there was any other guys that we had on the list that are maybe just deciding and mulling things over. But that was not a bad round. Not a bad round at all. Yeah, most of these guys are all backups. But nice. We kind of dominated a little bit there. Now, we have pick 10 in this class, but it is very strange, and it's a very tough class to draft for because Myrick, who is not even that big of a need, cornerback, looks absolutely god tier. But look at this guy. This guy is on another level. Obviously, grab him, even if we take Myrick in the end. But realistically, I don't have a lot to draft here. This guy skipped the combine, so he's probably worth taking. Chris Meadows, maybe not. Mid-first, this guy doesn't look super great, but he's a mid-first. Decent talent. I mean, realistically, I think this is a trade down, I suppose. Another safety as well. We'll put him on the list. We're going to really put the hiddens to the test in this one. Chargers took a 80 overall wide receiver. Okay, I mean, yeah, you want to just make them 90 overall at this point? You want to just make them Hall of Famers right out the gate? 99, screw it. So I will take nothing less than a first-round pick next year. I would love to see a first this and a first next from, yeah, I mean, sure, Washington, yeah, but you're not guaranteed to do that, right? So, like, why would I take these picks? These are awful. Pick 10 for just that? That's it? I mean, if this is fair, which it probably seems like it is, I guess I'll take it. I mean, it's our division rival, but it's by far the best offer. It's not a common practice, but it's the best offer. I'm willing to take it. I mean, they don't need quarterbacks, so trading there, it's not going to hurt us that much. And I mean, hey, we win because it's a DT. Unless he's an X Factor, that's a win-win. You know, they took a player that probably could have gotten someone similar to that later, and we take their future. Which seems really grim the way I just said that, but you know what? It's not their future, but you know what I mean. I'm starting to debate, do I even want these guys? Oh, man, indeed. We added a third-round pick, and we moved to the start of the second round. It was a lot worse of a third-round pick than it was for the second. It was like pick 80 in the third, so it's not, as good as it seems. This is a little bit high still, so I'm going to trade down again. I mean, I don't know what else you want from me. I kind of have to do this, which isn't the worst thing in the world because we are adding picks, and more importantly, we are... man, I don't like any of this, like, at all. Like, this is just awful. I guess the Niners? I mean, it's not really great, but we are, still going to have players. We just, we're going in the second round instead of the first round. It's still talent, obviously. And it may be a little earlier, but Andrew Culliver looks like a god. Gotta take him. And he is normal, but an 80 overall corner. He's a god. Oh my. Once again, he's normal dev, but I am all about an 80 overall. I should have went for the center. I sold. I forgot about the center. Luckily, we do have a lot of decent linemen, but... Oh, maybe I didn't sell. He's still there. I can get him still, and it didn't cost as much. I mean, we don't actually have that much working for us, but Devin Thompson, I guess, is worth it. We're going to take him. Hidden development trade, and he's a lineman. That's a win and a half. Now, it's a little bit of a risk, but O-line after that pick isn't necessarily the biggest need. So if we did lose him, it would suck, obviously, assuming that, he is skipping the combine, but he's actually good. Thankfully, he is there, but I am willing to trade up now to the Jets, obviously, but yeah, it wasn't that big of a need anymore because of that last pick we just had, so I was willing to lose him just so I didn't, for one, have to waste that much time, and two, So I could just... Ooh, they got Tyreek. That's kind of sick. I'm really surprised that he actually came here. Or there, I suppose. We can obviously save a little bit by, waiting. So we gave up a later fourth round pick. Not that bad of a trade. Get all the way up to pick 1 in the 3rd, which, of course, will be the tackle Trent Kyle. No guarantee, and I'm going to go out on a limb and honestly say he may be a decent overall, but I don't think he's going to be hidden. And I'm wrong. He's actually a low overall, but he is hidden. He actually looks really solid, so definitely another win there. And the hiddens are starting to fly. Not that we really need them anymore. We kind of need them a little bit earlier in this rebuild, but obviously still works. This guy looks decent, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's a pass rusher. I think he's actually in disguise, and he's actually a coverage linebacker. Don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong, this safety looks good, but we don't need him. Yeah, screw it. He's good. Look, he looks good, but we don't need him. I'm not going to worry about it. Hopefully my other pick is here. I think he is a pass rusher. And he's not. We sold. We absolutely sold. That guy looked really good for 1. And 2, there's really not much more we need here. So I guess we're going to reach for Vince Shepard, who's a 71 overall normal. Wow, we sold. There was some really good players there near the end of the 3rd, and we missed them all. Nice. It's a bit of an L. A little bit of an L. Eric Wheatley, a guy that I actually do kind of want. I may take him late 2nd. I mean, our other guy's pretty decent too, so he's 24, but who cares? We'll go for Eric Wheatley, and running backs have been kind of lacking a little bit. Normal dev. Very fast. He's kind of like McFarland, but young now. McFarland's a little bit older now that obviously we've gone through some seasons here. And the wide receiver, Junior Cunningham, is still there, so I guess we will take him. 71 overall normal. Very similar to the guy we just took last draft, but I suppose technically starting off a little younger. And once again, we trade interdivisional again. The Ravens give us a 4th round next year. I don't care who they take, who apparently looks really bad. A late 5th for any 4th round is definitely better than taking a 5th round next year. And we'll take another wide receiver, Daquan Thompson. Not actually that bad. He is 6 foot tall, decent kick returner. Can never go wrong with more wide receivers, like everyone says. So we traded down once again. Got a pick for next year from, I don't remember, was it the Falcons, I think? But Steelers. Let's take a look at some of the guys we actually missed as well after this. Center, I think he actually can be a plug-and-play center because Kendrick Green's not bad, but he obviously isn't hidden. Start of element trait, not a bad starting point. I mean, kind of lowest starting point for hidden, but still. Trent Kyle, I don't actually know if he can start. Actually, I don't even think we do have a starting job for him. Trent Kyle, start of element trait. Going to sit back up until we find a spot, I think. And I believe that was the only hiddens. So let's move over here and see what we missed. First things first, I want to see, did the Browns land a hidden? Myrick, was he hidden? He was not, so obviously he made a really good decision on that one. Now, I'm probably going to forget who he was. Was it Langford? It may have been Langford. I don't know. Was it George Bryant? Oh, it had to be DeMarco Weber, right? This must have been the guy. This was probably the guy. I cannot confirm. But if it was, obviously a very, very good player. And he is star. I do not know if it was, though. All I know is that we had a few players in the late 3rd. Finney, I don't think. I mean, it would have been higher overall guys. Like Conway, I don't think was one of them. No, our guy was a left end, I believe. I think our guy was a left end. Is it a left end or a right end? Maybe it was that guy. I don't know. Well, I don't really care because obviously the draft's over. Nothing that we missed helps us in any way by knowing that they were good or not. So I guess it really doesn't matter. So we have an 82 overall team, but we have an 89 defense. The offense is a 77. So with all these young linemen, 3 of them to be exact, surely that overall is going to rise tremendously. Painter is also a low overall that can go up quite high quickly, who's apparently twins with Croft, who ironically can also go up high rather quickly. Once again, defensively, our overall is pretty damn good. Hayward, definitely a guy we need to replace, but as you can see with a guy like Prince, it's not super tough. But obviously, I'm a little worried about the pacing of this thing. I feel like the certain players, especially on offense, are just not going to get good enough in time for the defense. I feel like we're going to lose some players. Maybe, like Hayward will obviously lose. Edmonds isn't really going to develop super high. Dean won't. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I suppose outside of Hayward and Tuitt, we actually do have a lot of these guys on contract for a long time, and they're not super old. So the sliders were on about 125 each, and honestly, you just can tell with a lot of the overalls around the league that it's just not high enough. So I bumped most of them to around 150. So we should see some overall changes, specifically us and some other younger teams around the league. Like the Jaguars should easily be higher than an 80 by now, without a doubt. Oh, Lord. Chase Claypool's a superstar. 2K XP, but let's be honest. Oh! Never mind! Let us not be honest. Let's lie. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense, but he actually is superstar. Let's go. You don't understand. EA wants this guy to succeed. Like, I kid you not, Chase Claypool has probably gotten 5 to 7 breakout scenarios. I've never seen someone get that many. I don't know what it is, but they want him to succeed. He's obviously getting the 5-year deal from me. That's all I can tell you. Kevin Dotson, we probably should have traded off, but, he's not super great anyways. Highsmith could have done the same, but, once again, lots of money, nowhere to spend it. And that's, in this case, with the talent we have, is not a bad thing. All right, so I think we won a playoff spot. However, I was about to say, if we lose the division. But with that win, I believe we actually get the number 1 seed, and we do. Some classic teams here, the Saints and the Steelers. I remember the days when those two used to be the number 1s, number 2s constantly. But an absolutely great season. And I will tell you, I did not change the scheme from last season at all. Nothing. Literally didn't change it at all. The only thing I changed, I think, was the defense from a 3-4 to a 3-4 under, because it seems like base 3-4 just sucks for some reason. But it's literally the same as last season. And I'll tell you, not too bad. Of course, Matt Croft, the yards are the same as last year, but the touchdowns are way up. Rushing's way up. Maybe I did. Did I actually change it? I may have changed the scheme. I can't remember. I'm almost certain I kept it, but it is Tampa, so in fairness, same scheme, still really good. The reason why I chose Tampa, even though it probably, I guess it's not here, but I thought maybe the running backs would be split, is because I wanted a good wide receiver. No, I did change it. I changed it from Tampa to the Patriots because I felt like they love to utilize tight ends. I want to utilize Painter, the youngster with Star. They, they have a power back. Makes sense. They have a running quarterback. Makes sense. It fit the mold and apparently worked out, as Chase Claypool could be an X factor. I know Juju should have been, didn't get it. It's fine. It is what it is. Conklin doesn't really do that well, but everyone else really good blocking defensively. Tackles aren't great, but look at the sacks from TJ. 20 sacks. Oh, my God. Jermaine Lindley, 10 sacks. Interceptions, 4 for J.C. Jackson, 3 for Devin Bush. Jamel Dean with 3. Micah Fitzpatrick with 3. Chris Boswell, we don't talk about. This could be it. This could absolutely be it. A 3-year rebuild. Who knows? Nick Chubb, 11-6. Wins the MVP. A lot of running backs winning MVPs, of course. The division rival. Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt, which is obvious. Best Quarterback Award. Best Wide Receiver Award. Best Linebacker. Cornell Bush I know he was a rookie one of the years, but was it not just this last year or the year before? Not bad, not bad. Of course, we get the bye week. The question is, can we win? Can we win? We had struggles with the Jets League about winning. Our overall did boost quite a bit, I can admit. Playoff Blizzard, and not going to click that. I'm not going to click. Here's the thing. I wanted to test it, but are the overalls actually dropped even without clicking that? I know it's probably fair to click that, but it really doesn't matter because both teams get the negative, so it's not like just one side gets it. If anything, it should actually affect them more since they play in Los Angeles rather than a snowy Pittsburgh stadium. 86 overall to their 81 overall. We probably have a better team at pretty much every position. Wide receiver is somewhat even. I would say we have the better depth, but they probably do have the better number 1. There's no snow without the blizzard thing. Nice. Tight end, I would say we're better just because I don't know who their damn tight end even is. Running back, definitely better. O-line, it's hard to tell because I'd say their O-line probably retired by now, so I'd say we're better. Pass rush department, technically better. Linebackers, pretty similar. Cornerbacks, better. Safeties, I don't think they have Derwin anymore, so probably better there. Not even if they have Derwin, we have better safeties, I'd say. So in my theory, we're better at every position, and I think the overall did reflect that in fairness. as the winner of this one, I'm not trying to say what's easy or what's guaranteed, gets to play the Raiders? I'm just saying, if I had to choose a team to play in the postseason, the Raiders would not be a bad team to play. That AFC West, man, I'm telling you, not a bad division. 10-6, I'm not liking it. We're leaning, but I really don't like the way we look here, as right there you can see it. We cannot score. We finally do. 5 minutes left, up 4. Defense is trying, but man, the Chargers are not going away. They punt it. I mean, we haven't been perfect on offense, but that is debatable. And of course, they lose. Really questionable coaching there. That's strange. I don't know why you would do that, but you know what? It leads to us winning and going to the championship game. I will not deny it. I will not deny it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. Of course, we do have a lot of youth, so upping those sliders from 125 to 150, it does help us probably the most, but obviously everyone gets those boosts, so after all of this, whether we win it or not, we can definitely take a look at the, what is it called, the overalls of every team, kind of see where we rank compared to them. But I can't imagine 86 is even anywhere close to the top. Apparently it's another blizzard. I don't want to talk about it. Once again, technically helps us more than the Raiders. I just don't want to look at it as Melvin Ingram. I hate that guy because he's so good. Is going up against... I mean, he's our former teammate, he's a former player, but I mean, he really hasn't played here enough to really even feel like former player, but I mean, I guess technically counts. And on the other side, we're talking about an easy road to the Super Bowl on the AFC side, not so much on the NFC. All right, going to the end of the game, and both teams look promising, just didn't score, which obviously we know a lot about that as of last game. Gave him a touchdown, really clutch at before half, though, 21-7. I mean, I want to see a nice, strong performance, and it's looking like we're going to get that, as I really wanted one because, I don't know, man, the Niners and Saints, that's a tough, either one is tough to beat. Trey Lance, the superstar quarterback, the Saints, who have a really good rounded roster, may have drafted a quarterback. Regardless, though, year 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the Super Bowl. Dwayne Haskins played a snap, returning to us in free agency on a long-term backup deal, gets a touchdown. I don't know if he faked it. What's the story? Juju Smith-Schuster with a huge game, absolutely huge game. Sack totals, nice. One last go for the boys. One last go for those old defensive linemen. I want to see it. Do it. Just like that on the screen. Do it. Well, not, you know me. Like, don't do it. Do what they want you to do, which is be good. Oh, God. Yeah, just do it, Don't be racist. Don't harass people. And I'm just here. Do it. Not what I meant, but thanks. Was that 99 strength, by the way? I know it was a morale boost anyways, but was that 99? Okay, that's not what I meant. But hey, while we're here, I'll show you we didn't force any wins or restart. God dang it, dude. I have this addiction to just showing you guys things you don't care about. That's weird to say as well. I do want to see this DT because I think he is. I knew he was strong, but it must be a talent tree thing. Like, there's no way he's just straight up, like, God tier strength. I mean, he is. 96 strength is still insane, but yeah, 9 plus 3 obviously helps. But here we are, Saints or the Niners. I'd rather face the Saints, but since the Saints are 15-2, I probably would rather face the Niners here technically. I don't know, though. And, I mean, if that is true, that's what we get. We are an 86 overall. They are an 87. They are balanced. We are more of a defensive team. It shows, and I'll be honest with you, I don't like it one freaking bit. I will be 100% honest. I hate this. Let's take a look if we got any dev-ups. Quarterback probably went to Superstar, which he did. Claypool, no, he was Superstar already. Did not go to X Factor. Only an 82 overall, so even with the XP boost, still not, like, insanely good. Painter is, like, 75 overall. Bush, I don't remember if he was Superstar or not. He was not. He goes to Superstar here. Jamel Dean gets a Superstar, so definitely worth the contract, even though we probably didn't need him. If you look at the fact that we have Culliver, definitely didn't need Greedy, but he did have a pick last game, so fair enough. But yeah, that's the roster. Got a few dev-ups, nothing crazy. The Niners, are we going to beat them? Let's go to the media day, see what they got to say. Coach, you've already had one ring. So you're no stranger to the magnitude and atmosphere surrounding the Super Bowl. How much does that help? Significantly, obviously. Why would it be a non-factor? That it clearly helps. You've been there. You know how to react. It's not as big of a win technically, right? So, I mean, in my opinion, that does play a pretty big factor, right? You're not looking at the clock. Oh my God, we're gonna win our first Super Bowl. You're just like, we either win another one or we don't. I don't give a damn. Maybe that's not true, but 86 overall to their 87 overall. They have so much talent. When we were talking about what we beat the other teams on, it was mainly us winning. This one is not even close. It's mainly in their favor for a fact. Here we go. The Super Bowl. Can the Steelers go ahead 1 on the ranks for the number 1 team Super Bowl counts, or can the Niners tie them at 6? It's looking pretty good for the Steelers right now. Up 10 to start the fourth quarter, 27-14. And defenses win championships, baby. Of course, scoring 45 points does help, but holding them to realistically 14, maybe 21 points. I mean, looking absolutely locked down. Some of the points on offense, or some of the points on the scoreboard look like they actually came from the defense, directly on like a pick six, fumble recovery, touchdown, whatever it is. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are once again world champions of football. The legendary tradition continues. I'm trying to think of how the team was built. Was it built anyway recently? It's similar to the way that was recently. Probably not, right? Like, we weren't as bruising as some of the Steelers teams of the past. Defense was good, but it wasn't technically dominant. It was in some of the postseason games, I suppose, but I don't know. We were just a good team. I mean, we weren't balanced, but we kind of played balanced a little bit. We actually put some points up on offense, especially against this Niners defense. It's really, really good, too. Not bad at all, actually. And is this the old Super Bowl celebration? I didn't actually, I kind of forgot to pay attention to it, but is last gen they didn't update the freaking Super Bowl? There's no way, dude, right? There's no way. Maybe that hidden dev trait thing actually is legit. Maybe you do get less devs on last gen, because if the Super Bowl is the same, which once again, I think it was there. It was same as previous Maddens. That is hilariously bad. In what world is it, oh, you should have bought next gen for the updated Super Bowl? Like, are you joking me? What? Of course, Trey Lance did not play as good as Croft technically. But, Trey Lance did put up some touchdowns. Obviously, Najee Harris with 4 touchdowns on the ground. Trey Sermon had 1. We had more touchdowns. So whether we threw them in or not, yeah, Croft did outplay Trey Lance by a little bit. Stephon Tuitt, he went out with a bang. 3 sacks. I know he's still on the roster technically, but he still went out with a bang because, he's about to retire soon. Devin Bush with a pick. And, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers now with Super Bowl number 7. They were above number 1 technically because they were the first ones to get there, but now they sit atop alone at number 1. And, I mean, we may not see them get caught for some time now, at least, in this universe. The Patriots are probably a little bit away from another Super Bowl. The Niners and Cowboys would have to win 2 to tie, so they're safe for a bit with number 7. And that will be a 3-year rebuild completion. Not every single Super Bowl, every rebuild is going to be 3 years. So I will take this. Obviously, the Jets one, we didn't even get to a Super Bowl. We didn't even win a playoff game in the Jets one. Of course, the Jets, a little bit rougher of a starting team. Some would say probably a bottom 5 roster in the league. So I'm not really too shocked by that. But it would be nice to win a Super Bowl, at least get to one every single time. So definitely happy with the result here. If you have a suggestion for what team you'd like to see next, let me know in the comments section below. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, for, weird tweets that make you throw up or make you laugh. One of the two. Second channel, PKR Plays, twitch.tv/JeromepkR for streams, like I said, a billion times now. This may actually come out after Madden 22 officially launches. Should have some streams up when the game is legitimately out. And yeah, maybe leave a like and subscribe to a ton of franchise. Always will. We'll continue to do so. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!